Here is a Wurlitzer 2900 model jukebox, and I've got the top part of the mechanism removed here. I've cleaned and lubricated it. And here are the other mechanism components. We've got the selector ring here. We're going to clean this out. Here's the record carousel. But the problem on this jukebox was intermittent selections. It sometimes would make the right selection and sometimes it wouldn't. What we're going to do here is to clean off this plate here. The record carousel goes on here, and the selector ring goes down under it. So I'm going to start by cleaning everything. I finally feel well enough to work on the jukeboxes again. These past couple Sundays I just have not felt so good, so I haven't made much progress on the jukebox, but now hopefully we can get some stuff done on it today. Now let's take a look at the logic of the Wurlitzer selection system. The way that it works is there are 20 solenoids down under this selection ring, and it's kind of hard to see them. Get the light on there. You can sort of see them. They're right down under these things. Each of these solenoids works on a single letter. So each solenoid, each one of those, would activate whenever a certain letter is pushed. But it doesn't activate first. The way it works is, here are 10 solenoids, and these correspond through the numbers 0 through, let's see, 1 through 0. There's actually 10, but there's not a 10 used, there's a 0. And what happens is, let's say A1 is selected. What happens is that the number 1 solenoid first goes down, and then the selection motor starts running, and it pushes this selection wheel over until this little thing ends up being lined up under all the number 1 contacts. And then, after that is accomplished, the little solenoid underneath fires, and it pushes this thing, and that releases the selection pin. So first the number group takes precedence in selecting which number is activated, and then after that's done, the appropriate letter solenoid fires and pushes up the memory pin. Then once the memory pin is pushed up, the override switches are also activated. That starts the motor running here for the carousel, and then the crank arms detect the pin and they activate the switch here, which tells the motor to reverse, and that pushes the record up to the turntable. What I'm going to test here is that each keyboard letter number combination activates the appropriate solenoid. Of course, it won't get any more action than the memory pin popping up, but that's all we need to check at this stage. So first, let's go ahead and try A1. I'm going to go to the keyboard here. I'm going to select A, and then I'm going to move the camera down here when I select 1, and you can see how the selector ring works. So now it's searching for the record, and we're going to shut it off here because it's kind of got this thing. I need to get this out of the way so it doesn't get jammed up in it. But you can see here A1 has popped up, so that's good. Just continue to test this for all of the other records. Make sure the appropriate pins pop up. Disconnected the selection motor, so that won't end up causing trouble trying to rotate, or not the selection motor, but the mechanism motor. I just pulled the plug on it. So now let's try A0, or actually we'll try A4, because 4 is the last solenoid here. And just make sure that A4 is functional. I'm going to do this for all of the 200 selections, make sure that the selector ring is functioning properly. So here's 4. And just check the operation of the selector ring here. And looks like we've got a winner. A4 has popped up. So I'm thinking that the selector ring is good. We're going to try each of the 200 selections just to verify it. And once we confirm that that's good, and furthermore, I clean the selection ring, clean between all the pins, clean grease and oil off of it. I'm going to clean these contacts. These are the contacts for the stop or the reversing switch. Once we confirm the selector ring is good, we'll reinstall it and then try to see if there's any problems like with the backstop pawls or anything else. But at least I have a pretty good indication the selector system may be functioning like it ought to. I've got the selector ring up on a stool so you can see it better now, and so I can see it better. See if everything's working like it ought to. I'm going to try B1 now. And B1 is working. Let's try B2. I'm now detecting a bit of a problem. We're trying to do let's see, C5. There's C5. Let's try C6. Yeah, now it is. We may just need to really thoroughly clean this keyboard because C5 was not working. So that'll be next to do. Just check every single selection out.